Hi guys, it's Tara and welcome back to Crafting with Curly Cues. Today I have a super fun card to share with you that I'm really excited about. I made this custom Star Wars Chewbacca action wobble card for the hubs for his birthday and I was super stoked about it. So I started with this Yeti Set Go stamp set from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to use some Memento Tuxedo Black ink and stamp this on some Nina 110 pound solar white cardstock. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So all I'm going to do is wipe off that little line that makes his belly there so that he doesn't have that belly. And then I'm going to use a Copic multi-liner because I'm going to do some Copic coloring later, and so I want this to be Copic friendly. And I'm just going to draw a super simplified version of Chewbacca's signature little, I'm going to call it a sash. I know there's a word for it, but I don't know what it is. So sorry, I'm sure my hubby will let me know and he'll correct me and make me feel very silly for calling it that. But anyway, so now I'm just going to color this in with some Copic markers. And the main thing that I'm wanting to do is make sure I add lots of furry texture to make sure that this really looks like Chewbacca rather than the Yeti. So I want to say that this is totally not my original idea. I saw another designer take this stamp set a while ago before the new Star Wars movie came out last December and do this with this Yeti stamp, and I thought it was so incredibly creative, and I just knew I was going to have to do it at some point because my husband is such a big Star Wars fan. So I was just kind of waiting for the perfect opportunity, and his birthday is this month, and so the perfect opportunity presented itself. So I took it and I ran with it, and I went ahead and tried out this amazing idea that I had seen another crafter do, and it worked so well. And even for a non-artist like myself, like drawing the little sash, we're going to call it that again, is such a simple image that it's not super hard, so I wasn't too intimidated by doing that. But it just turned out so cute, and I just couldn't even handle the adorableness. So like I said, it's hubby's birthday, and he has been a Star Wars fan like his whole life. He was so excited when the new movies started coming out again and all these new installments, and there's cool Star Wars stuff everywhere again, and it's just, it's like that awesome thing where just kind of like what I would be doing if like Labyrinth got remade and I was like, oh my gosh, there's Labyrinth stuff everywhere. Because for me, that's totally my childhood, like, awesome movie. But, so anyway, he wanted an R2-D2 car charger for his birthday too. So that's what he got for his present. So this was a perfect card to go with that present. He got just like absolute nerd stuff for his birthday. So anyway, I fussy cut Chewbacca out here, and then I went ahead and lined the edges with my black soot distress marker so it looks like it's cut out perfectly. And then I'm going to go ahead and start working on my card base. So I'm going to use some Simon Says Stamp black cardstock, and I'm going to create an A2 top folding card base here. And I'm going to do some heat embossing for my sentiment before I splatter the background to create a galaxy far, far away. So I wanted to make the front say the noise, the Wookiee talk that Chewbacca does, and I would totally do it for you guys, but I like literally can't. It's kind of funny, like how bad I am. I can't roll my R's either. Like my mouth just doesn't do these things. So I guess, we can't have it all. I'm crafty, so that's my skill, not Wookiee speak. So anyway, I actually Googled images of Chewbacca talk to figure out kind of how to spell this noise here. And so I just ended up using a bunch of letters from the Lawn Fawn Milo's ABCs stamp set. This is one of my favorite alphabet stamp sets. It's kind of my go-to when I want to create my own sentiments, and I thought it was just perfect for this. So I'm just stamping all these random letters on the front with a couple of exclamation points, and then I'm going to go ahead and emboss those in white here so you can see there's the noise. That's another thing I love about this Yeti image for Chewbacca is that it looks like he's yelling, like with his mouth open. I thought about using the Bigfoot from the Lovable Legends stamp set, but he's not quite doing the like yell thing, so I thought this was just too perfect. And then I thought how fun to use this little translation stamp from the Chirpy Chirp Chirp stamp set. and use that on the inside to put my happy birthday. So I stamped the translation, and then I used my brush to go ahead and scrape off the parenthesis that was on the end there, because I'm not going to end up using that because it doesn't fit with the Milo's ABCs. But because I'm heat embossing, I was just able to ink that up without having to mask it off, and then just brush the embossing powder off, and you can't even tell that it was inked, which was super fun. So now I am using my my acrylic block and the lines on that block to line up my happy birthday out of those Milo's ABCs. And then I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss that right under that translation. And that's what is going to be on the inside of the card for him. So I thought that was super cute. I just want to say too, our pug, his name is Chewbacca. So this just gives you an insight into the level of obsession, of nerdiness that we have in our house. Anywho, don't form opinions, okay? Like, we've all got nerdy stuff. But anyway, so I just wanted to kind of add a little bit extra to the front of this card by creating kind of a galaxy look, just to mimic like the beginning of the film when the text is scrolling through. So I'm using some gesso and a paintbrush, and I started out by doing these kind of spray flicks that create this super fine spray for some stars, and I wasn't quite getting the look I wanted, so I ended up adding some water to that gesso and grabbing a little bit bigger paintbrush and just kind of flicking that white all over the front. And then I came in with my heat gun and I went ahead and dried that because I'm super impatient and I wanted to get this finished. And it wasn't just impatience this time. I was also trying to sneak this in while my husband wasn't home, and he was on his way home, so I was trying to hurry up and finish this. So I now have some of these action wobblers that I've seen other crafters use, and I had never used them, and I found some at a local craft store, so I bought a few, and that was a couple months ago, and I still just hadn't, I kind of forgot about them. I've never really used them, so I don't really think about it. But when I was trying to plan this card out in my head, I was like, how perfect would that be? So I trimmed it down so that it would fit behind that Yeti there, well, Chewbacca now, and I just stuck that right on the front of the card, and oh my gosh, just Chewbacca dancing around on the front of that card doing his little Wookiee yell is just, it's awesome. I love it. I think I'm obsessed with action wobblers now. I'm pretty sure. I'm obsessed with action wobblers now. Expect more of those. So after staring at the card for a couple seconds, I decided to come back in and chomp all four corners with my crocodile there. And then this card is all done. So there's the inside. You can see the translation, happy birthday, on the inside. I thought that was super fun. Here's a little close-up of that custom-made Chewbacca. So you can see his little sash thing I drew. It's not perfect, but it doesn't matter. It's totally, like, you can totally tell what it's supposed to be. So thanks so much for watching, guys. All the supplies are listed below and over at my blog. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. You can check out the description box below for more crafty inspiration and to join me on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. Thanks, guys. Bye.